Hello, welcome to day 31. Hopefully you were able to get a roller if you didn't have one. And if you don't have a roller or didn't get one, grab a tennis ball or a lacrosse ball or any sort of mobility ball that you might have you can use in place of a roller. So I have a couple different sizes of rollers. I have a little bit of a smaller one and then this, more normal kind of longer one, which is really nice to have if you are buying one or the other. Small one, great if you need the roller to travel with, but the larger one is nice to have because you can lay on it long ways and stuff. It's raining, like for the first time in ages, so if you hear a little bit, that's what's going on. Rain. So if you need, you can grab the ball to roll in the places. We've done some ball stuff before. Just put that, upper back and behind the shoulder in your lat and serratus area, and that'll feel awesome. A new challenge for the week is mobility, stretching, or rolling. So let's go ahead and lie on the ground. Put your roller kind of behind you and start, you need to keep your core strong when you are on the roller because you want to protect that low back, and it just gives you that ability to move safely and efficiently. You're going to lift the hips and just roll your upper back, moving your arms kind of up overhead, rotate side to side. So we're just focusing on the upper back, and then we're going to move into the chest in a second. So the thing that the roller does is it's almost like a self-massage. So there's a ton of research and work and study that has gone in recently into the fascia. So you can really go in depth and figure out all that's going on there with the fascia. But basically, you have kind of a casing that wraps around your muscles, and that's your fascia. And it can get really rigid and stiff. And that's when you have injury. That's when you experience limited rotation, limited mobility. So rolling is actually, even some professionals prefer rolling over stretching because they feel that it actually gives you more range of motion and more ability to get through the appropriate moves. So anyway, that's what we're doing here, is trying to bring more range of motion. Rest your head on the roller. You're going to kind of try to put the base of the head on the roller, those little nubbies at the bottom of your skull, and then you're going to rotate your head left and right. So just rest the rest of the body, relax it, let it chill out, and then just rotate left and right. It feels so good, pressing into those little spots on the base of your skull. Okay, keep your head to the left and then nod it up and down. And then go to the right, nod up and down. If I ever have tension in my neck, this seems to get rid of it really quickly. Okay, then straight forward, up and down. Perfect. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and switch over into our chest, our pecs. So we are going upper body today. So with the challenge, like I was saying, I want you to get on a roller. It doesn't, or just stretch, whatever it is, a minute. If you want to stay for an extra minute after you're done with the workout, I would suggest and recommend and challenge you to do it a different part of the day. But, whenever you're getting it is awesome. Something's better than nothing. So add that in if you can to your daily routine. It's kind of our challenge for this week that we're adding on. And hopefully, I love doing it right before I go to bed. I feel like I sleep better and I feel way better when I get up in the morning, less stiff. Okay, so we're gonna roll the chest, and sometimes it's always kind of a little bit of a figuring out for me where I want to put the roller because it is a little awkward. So right now I have it extending away from my right shoulder, and I'm on the very edge. And I'm just rolling from the front of my shoulder in toward my chest, back and forth. So the thing with the roller is if you ever just need to stop and hold it on kind of a tender spot, then that's awesome. And then you move your body, right? So the roller will stay still and you're moving your body. So right now I've got my palm facing the ground, and then I'm going to rotate so my thumb is pointing up. Just changes where it gets in to that pec a little bit more. Ooh, there's a nice spot. So just find different places to kind of push into a tender point and then rotate your body or move your body from there. All right, let's switch it up to the other side. So now the roller would be pointing off to the left. I'm going to work on that left shoulder and chest, kind of rolling back and forth to start with. Just find those different spots, right? So you're rolling back and forth, but also changing the direction of the arm is going to change where you feel that tender spot getting worked. Okay, and then keep your roller still and wave your palm back and forth. Make sure you're not holding tension in the neck. And it may be crazy for you. I find when I roll the chest, it also really opens up some space in my shoulders and in my upper back. Point your thumb up. Rotate that arm back and forth. Perfect. All right. And then go ahead and push back into your child's pose and keep the roller in front of you now. So just reach forward, keep your hands on the roller so it kind of lifts your hands to give the chest a little bit more space to drop between the shoulders. Okay, and then we're going to roll our forearms just a bit. So just roll forward and back. Palms can face the ground for now. And then point your thumbs up, back to the ground, and then point your thumbs down. Palms back to the ground, and then palms all the way up. Perfect. All right, let's get rid of the roller. Moving on, I'm going to go heavy and mid-weight for today. All of our weights are going to be from the ground. We're going to hit a chest press, tricep press, skull crusher, and an overhead pull. So whatever you like to use for those, I'm going to attempt to keep the 20s going the whole time, but I have the 15s available, just in case I need to back off a little bit. So let's go ahead and push up into a downward facing dog. Pedal through those feet. Drive one heel toward the ground and then the other. Slide those shoulder blades back and down. We're going to go through a few more shoulder and back, chest kind of mobility moves. Really warming up those arms before we hit the weights in a second. So we'll get there eventually. Keep that core going strong. Check in with those back muscles. They need to be sliding and flexing and contracting down the back. Okay, walk your feet in toward your hands. And let's go ahead and come up. All right, you're going to take a wide stance. And then the arms are going to come out wide. So we're going to keep our arms out wide for the entire little mobility move, but put some tension, flexion, isometric hold into those hands. Make them nice and strong. And then we're basically just going to do kind of like a windmill move. So this is something that we do sometimes with weights to build into the obliques. But for today and right now, we're just going to hinge those hips back and over and then tip to the ground. So left fingertips reach toward the left ankle, then right fingertips, right ankle. Of course, if you don't touch the ground, no worries, just get where you can, but keep those hips level. See if you can keep your arms still and stacked, right? It's almost like they're stuck and they're not able to bend or drop or lift. So all the time they have that same position across from each other. Roll those shoulder blades back and down. Go two more each side. Hips kind of go over and back. Over and back. You have to kind of get that back in order to get you the space to reach toward the ground. Okay, take your hands behind the head, interlace, and we're going to do a few prisoner squats. Toes are going to be mostly straight ahead, torque into those knees, right? Find your torque where the knees pull out toward the pinky toe side of the foot, and then we're going to drop and press. Woo, I feel that. It's a totally different story, getting those hands up behind the head. What's going on with that upper body, right? Grab through the core, drive through those heels. So even though we're squatting, getting into legs, this is where I want us to focus on and find still what's going on with that upper back. Can we get the core going enough to keep that chest lifted with the arms overhead? It makes it just a little more difficult. Keep those elbows wide. My shoulders are heating up. Keep it going. Drop and press. Core strong. Squeeze between those shoulder blades. Make sure you're not holding tension in your neck. 5 more. Open that chest. Pull between the shoulder blades. 3 more. Where's the core? Last one. All right. Coming down, we are going to go through a few more shoulder rotations while holding a plank. So if planking doesn't work for you, you can either stay standing and do the shoulder rotations standing, or you can go hands and knees. Keep your knees on the ground and do the rotations here. So we're going to start with swimmers. We're going to go from the front to the back. Find your high plank position, shoulders up over those wrists. Make sure the hips are high, right? So sometimes I've been seeing here, you still kind of have a straight line, but the hips need to come up. Tuck the belly under, right? Tuck that tailbone under, and then you get a lot more flexion through the abdomen. All right, here we go. We're going to go alternating arms. So bring your right arm forward, swim it around, and then the left. Forward, swim it around. 10 each side. Here's 2. Your hips are going to move a bit. That's totally fine, but remember your stability and mobility points. Wake that core up. Get into those shoulders. Notice where you find a little catch in the shoulders. Hopefully through rolling, through some of the mobility work that we continue to do, we can get that worked out. Most of us have some sort of funky shoulder thing going on. 8, 9, should feel that core. Even if you're in hands and knees, hold the core. You know how to flex it. Isometric hold. Okay, hit a quick down dog. Give yourself a second. Flare those shoulder blades. Grab through the core. Come back forward. And then we're going to go from the back to the front. Reach back and forward. Nice strong core. Full range of motion. Keep your arms flexed. Think about how you're getting there, right? Not just going through the motions. Belly strong. Flex between those shoulder blades. Last one. Each side. All right, hinge back. We're going to go one more. I'm liking the heat that's building in the core. All right, so we're going to go big wipers. We're going to do all 10 on one side and then all 10 on the other. Plank back up, shoulders over those wrists. You'll probably need a wide base of support. Be on one arm. Bring back and forth. Try to keep those hips level. 8, 9, 10. Keep those shoulder blades back and down. The arm is flexed. Rotate those hips as much as you can so they're square to the ground. 8, 9, 10. On those knees, hinge back. All right. We made it through all the build-up. Hopefully you're nice and pre-fatigued. I know I am. Have those weights handy. Okay, so our challenge is going to be to go through all 4 rounds, 10 reps each, with our butt in the air. So we're going to try to hold a glute bridge the whole round. Make sure you have space behind because we're going to be going overhead. So get those weights handy, 10 of each. We're going to start with our chest press. Grab your weights. Get your glute bridge set up. I'm going to check the time, see how long we end up holding the glute bridge for. All right, here we go. 10 here. Roll those shoulders back and down. Wrist stay strong. 8, 9, and 10. Rotate your hands so they face one another. Now we're going to go our tricep press. 5. Push straight through those triceps. 9 and 10. All right, put one down. Keep those hips up. Switch your weight in your hands so it's long ways. And then keep your elbows up right over those shoulders. Squeeze your elbows toward one another. Find those triceps. Check in with the neck. Check in with where the rotation of those shoulder heads is, right? So we want to keep those scapula pulled together down at the bottom. 2 more. Flare across that chest and get those shoulder heads to pull back and down. Okay, overhead. Work with your breath. Inhale back, exhale up. Definitely one of my favorite kind of sequences to go through for the upper body. And then holding that glute bridge the whole time. Just icing on the cake. Watch in to that neck. Keep that neck open, that space. Grab the core. Make sure you're not overarching your back, but you're holding that core to support your pelvis as your butt is flexed to hold the hips up. Okay, there's our 10. All right. Back up for our chest press. We have 3 rounds to go. Here we go. Press it up. Work with your breath. As always, if you don't have access to heavier weights, just take more reps. Make sure you're challenging yourself. 8, 9, and 10. Rotate those hands. Halfway. 8, 9, and 10. All right, rotate that bell in the hands. Be careful as it's over your head. And then we're going skull crushers. Don't just get lost in the count. Think about how you're getting where you're going. Feel those triceps here. 9 and 10. Straight overhead. So put that work into the upper back now. Should feel a little bit of a break on the front of the shoulders and on the triceps. Push into the heels, pull the heels back towards your shoulders. Get a little Charlie horse there. You're flexing in enough. 3 to go. Listen to your body. Focus on it. What's it doing? What is it using? All right, weights go down. We're going into our chest press. I need a second, but keep those hips up if you can. They're definitely screaming. That's good. This is our main block of work today, so push into it. No burpees, no mountain climbers. It should really bring up some heat. Focus. It should be tough. Engage your mind. Mentally engage to get through it. Fight the urge of the shoulders to get that forward rotation. You need to hold them back. Rotate them down. 9 and 10. I don't know what's worse right now, my arms or my legs. 2. Keep that core going. 8, 9, 10. Set one down. Rotate it over. Get those skull crushers. Ooh, those triceps, man. Feeling them fast. Remember, we want that upper arm to stay completely still. Roll those shoulders back and down. And 10. Ugh, straight arms. Overhead. We got this. We got this. Work with your breath. 5. See if you can point those elbows straight ahead. 8. Hang in with that core. 9. Watch those shoulders. 10. All right. Go straight into it if you can. I know your butt wants to. My butt wants to. But I want to keep pushing these 20s to the end. Oh. Watch those shoulders. I can tell my right one is wanting to compensate, roll forward to get me through. Don't want that. It's not worth it. Okay, guys. Last set. Here we go. Chest press. Push the weights right up over the chest. Make sure they're not creeping back toward the shoulders. 8, 9, 10. Rotate. Come on, we got it. Fight for it. 3 to go here. My legs are shaking. 10. Okay. 1 goes down. Elbows up. Squeeze them in. Skull crushers. 1 rep at a time. 8. Get into the work. and 10. Straight arms overhead. Grab with that upper back. Slide into those shoulder blades. Keep the core strong, the hips as still as you can. Arms as straight as you can. 7, 8, 9, 10. Wow. All right. Get rid of your weights. As I said, that was our work today. We got her done. Man, oh man. Pull a quick figure 4. You're going to stretch those glutes real quick. And then we're going to go through a little shoulder mobility and then finish off with some push-ups. Just because we are going to make sure that we've eked every little ounce of work out of the chest and shoulders as possible. All right, before we get going there though, we are going to get a little mobility going in those shoulders again. So hands and knees, we're going to thread the needle. So inhale, bring your right arm up. Try to keep your hips level. Check in. Twist through the middle back and then tuck that right arm under. So I kind of have to rotate my left hand and then push that outer edge of the right shoulder into the ground as much as you can. I had a couple moments there. I didn't know if I was going to make it. Push into the hand, and then we're going to go to the other side. So now your right hand's on the ground. Grab through that core. Inhale, left arm up, and then exhale, tuck under. Rotate through. Oh, I remember I was going to check the time. Okay, so I think we were in that glute bridge for, holy cow, almost 10 minutes. That is nuts. I'm going to have to go back and watch the video and see. Feels like I would not be able to keep that going. It was tough though. Okay, hinge back and get your child's pose. And if you needed to drop a couple times, don't feel bad about it. You had them up there for most of the time. Just slide those shoulder blades down. And then let your head come to the ground and bring your hands behind. All right, so just hug them in close to the body. All right, if you do not do push-ups, that's no problem. You have a couple different options. You can do a wall push-up, so keeping yourself elevated and you push on the wall. Or you can go into a bird dog. So coming here and kick one leg back and then your opposite arm. So extend, and then I would hold and flex, drive through that left hand that's on the ground, and then you'd switch to the other side. So once you're out and extended, hold onto it, find all those flexions, and then move on from there. Okay, so for the rest of us, this is our little kind of finisher challenge. We're going to go 5 push-ups, push back into a down dog, 5 push-ups, down dog, and we're going to go 3 rounds. All right, so spread those fingertips nice and wide. Hike those hips up and back. Make sure your hands are going to be in a push-up position. Grab that core, come forward, and then we'll go 5 push-ups. Core strong. 3, 2, and 1. Drive back. Couple deep breaths. Hinge forward, core strong, 5 push-ups. You go your range. Stay on your toes. Just don't worry about how low you go. Hinge back. Couple deep breaths. Slide those shoulder blades down. Belly strong, coming forward. Last 5. Last one. Push back. Down dog. All right. Let's finish our stretch. We're going to go into a scorpion stretch. So lie on the ground on your chest, open that right arm away from you, and then roll over that shoulder. So you're going to take your left leg, roll it behind you, put your left foot on the ground, your right palm should be on the ground, and then you take your left hand, kind of push into the floor. So you're getting that chest stretched, shoulder stretched, back stretched. Okay, rotate back toward the ground, and then we're going to go to the other side. Remember your challenge. Hopefully you're still doing your gratitude journal. Maybe you're still streaking your 1 mile a day, building your morning routine, possibly adding to your menu planning, 1 or 2 days a week, 1 or 2 meals. And then see if you can incorporate a little extra stretch or mobility work in your day. If you were with me last week, I don't remember which day, but we talked about the 3 exercises you should always do if you don't do anything else. So we'll run through them real quick here. Your hip flexor stretch. You can also do this standing. You don't necessarily have to do it this way, but you want to always get your hip flexor. I just find this is one of the best ways to do it. Nice long low lunge. Tilt the hips, move them around, find that little angle that gives you the edge that you need to get that stretch. Then you shift back, get hamstring. Again, you don't have to do it from this direction. I just like this flow. It kind of builds one into the other. So you could do this standing or on your back and just holding that leg straight. We've done our hamstring stretch that way as well. And then your pigeon. And you can do this as a figure 4 stretch, right, from your back. Or even on a bed, putting your leg up on a bed with your back leg on the floor behind you. I also sometimes like to sit in a chair or on a bench, fold that leg over. You create that, crossover, and then you lean over that leg. It's a nice stretch as well. If you sit in an office chair much, those are easy to hit throughout the day. Getting little hamstring stretches from your chair, and then that figure 4 stretch from the chair. All right, let's hit up that other side, and then you all are free to go. That right leg is forward. Recently, I've been liking my back knee up. One of my really good friends recently, who never works out, told me I would be so happy because she just worked out the other day, which I was very happy. But it was interesting. She said that her therapist told her that she needed to, that it would be one of the best sources of stress release and helping with anxiety. And already she felt just awesome after doing some workouts, some exercises. So inspire your friends, inspire your neighbors or your family. It doesn't have to be 30 minutes, doesn't have to be an hour or 2 hours. 10 minutes of movement, of stretching makes us all feel a little better. At the end of the day, it doesn't really even have to do with looks. It's more just you feel so much better, you have more energy, things going on in the brain, endorphins, and it's doing something for you. So you should never feel guilty for taking some time for movement or exercise. Definitely things, get in the way, but your entire life works better, and the people around you are usually even better off if you take time for you to work out. All right, hang over those legs, get that stretch to the back. You guys are awesome. It was so good to be on the mat with you today, and I'll see you tomorrow.